Good morning to me, because I don't know when you're watching this, but it's another start of an amazing week. We're here actually pretty early in the morning. That's why there's no one here. We're at the Motor Million Studios. All the bikes are covered. You guys already know what's under all the covers in here, but that was the Hypermotard 698 Mono RVE, and Mono as we call it. It's caused quite the stir because we released the video of the first ride and also the video of the reveal, and it seems like everyone thinks that we have too many Ducatis, but that's the only Ducati that is in here. There's two Aprilias and a Gixxer there. There's going to be one more Ducati coming and maybe another bike that I won't mention right now. But this week's mission starts with our seat cover for our tonneau is ready. I'm going to go and pick that up because we got to officially finish the phase one of the Aprilia tonneau so that we can get the walk around done. So let's go get the seat cover. Let's see how it looks. I don't know by the time when this vlog airs if that will be revealed as a part of our build videos for the Aprilia tonneau. If it hasn't, well, here's a little behind the scenes and a sneak peek of what that seat looks like. I'm not going to put it on right away right now. We're just going to go and pick it up, and then I got a lot to check off my list, but I'll take you along for the ride if anything exciting comes up. Today also we're not driving my truck. We're in something actually pretty special, and for those viewers who like cars, we're in my E63 AMG wagon. This thing is pretty cool. If you're not a car person, I'll just tell you that it has a V8 twin turbo from the factory. It is the fastest station wagon, or one of the fastest station wagons you could buy. So you can take the whole family out and also get wherever you want to go pretty fast. And who doesn't like a V8 tune, right? When I get to the place that has the seat cover, what I'll do is that I'll actually give you guys a taste of the exhaust sound, and we'll get that thing back to our studio so that we could see what it looks like as well on the bike or off the bike. I may not show it on the bike just yet, but you'll see it on the channel sooner or later. The place is pretty close to us, so this thing hasn't warmed up just yet, but here is what it looks like from the outside. And I'm not going to rev it because we're in front of somebody else's business, but let's see if it could get some of the V8 burble on the mic. Okay, got the seat cover. The people here are extremely nice. It's an Argentinian couple who have been owning their business for the past 10 years. So it's amazing to work with local people, and I would call them an artisan. And they actually had a lot of good things to say about the seat cover, and we were using a Louis Motor seat cover on this bike. And I will show the process one day. I already spoke to them. The gentleman who upholstered this has 30 years experience, but take a look at this thing. It looks so good, and I'm happy that we decided to do a professional installation because I would have never been able to get it looking this good. I mean, it would have looked good, but not this good, and they only charged me $60, which I think is completely fair to have this installed. And let's go back to the studio and let's see if I dare to show this on the bike to you guys before it goes live on YouTube. But this looks really good. You could be sure that I'm going to put this on the bike. Okay, after seeing how it looks on the bike, I can't do this to you guys. I'm going to show you what it looks like because holy cow, it looks so good. I didn't think this gold stripe is going to be as matching as it is, and I think it fits it perfectly. If this hasn't aired yet on our YouTube build video, here it is. Here's a sneak peek. I'm really happy that we had it done by an upholstery shop because, again, I think we could do a good job, and I've seen people install their own, but just paying a little bit of money, $60 is not too much of money, and getting it to be just like this. I don't know what they did. I think maybe they put some padding inside or something for me, but this seems that it fits perfectly. And look at this thing. Let me know what you guys think. Am I being just too excited, or does this look good on this thing? It's usually good morning, but it's later in the day now, and we have some updates. This video is already live, so I can show you this. And if it's not even live, you guys get to see some behind the scenes stuff here. So we did our first mods to our GSX-R 1000 $20,000 challenge. I think we were left with $3,560.10. We have the fender eliminator, our TWM fuel cap, and I believe we did this WRS windscreen. But today we get to do more fun stuff, and this is our Hypermotard mono. We just set up our scales. We are going to get the weight of it completely stock, and then we're going to attempt to do the NRC fender eliminator, but also a brand new part. So it's new parts day. This beautiful TWM fuel cap. As I'm filming this video, this is the prototype. This is not available yet, but we're going to install it. By the time that the video airs on YouTube, this will be available on our website for this Hypermotard. And I'm not going to tell you the weight. Here is the scales right here. It is showing us 0, obviously, but once we put this bike on it, we're going to have the weight. So if you haven't checked it out already, go check out that video for this Hypermotard first mods, because we'll have the completely stock weight of this motorcycle. And let me show you, when we weigh stuff, well, I don't have the keys here, but the bike is full of fuel, and you'll get to see it on our video. Well, that was the Hypermotard weigh-in. I was pretty close with my guess. Not going to tell you what it is. If you haven't watched the video, go watch it to see what a Hypermotard full of fuel in completely stock US spec form weighs. But enough teasing, and we haven't weighed the GSX-R 1000. We forgot to weigh it before we did our first mods, but I'll let you guys see how much it weighs in its current form. So let me put it on the scales, and then let me grab the scale and show you what it weighs. Okay, I'm not looking at the scale. I'm going to give you guys my estimate of weight. I want to say it weighs 420 pounds. I think it doesn't have as much fuel as I wanted. I think the fuel tank might be empty, so actually, yeah, I should revise my guesstimate. I'm going to say it's under 410 pounds. So let's take a look. This is my scale. Wow, I was pretty wrong. It weighs 435 pounds, and we did take off the rear fender off of it and the fuel cap. The fuel cap does save weight, but probably not substantial enough. But that fender eliminator probably saves a pound or two. So, and the bike doesn't have fuel. I guess the Hypermotard got me thinking of everything being lightweight. This bike weighs at 435 pounds as it is, which is pretty surprising because I've seen these things in drag racing trim, and we don't do drag racing here, but to be in the 300 something pounds, which is fairly light. So it goes to show you there's a lot of weight to save off that motorcycle. But now is the time that I gotta go and film that video in the studio of the Hypermotard first mods so that we could give you guys more and more content. Gotta go. Well, today's mission is another Aprilia. We got the seat cover story done for the Aprilia right there, but this Ultra Dark RSV4 that belongs to 650 Eve is getting something very, very, very special, guys. So take a good look at it. I will show you what it's getting very shortly. Even if that video is not released on our YouTube channel, by the time that this vlog goes live, I think for all you vlog viewers, I'm going to give you a lot of behind the scenes access of stuff that hasn't been done, and whatever that's going to go on this bike is going to be it. But before I show you that, I want to show you these things. I went to my buddy Nicholas's shop, Auto Laboratory, and I picked up a bunch of swatches. You're probably wondering why, and I think I got to match the gold on this bike. So let me go through these swatches because there's a few different brands and everyone makes them in different shades and colors for whatever color that I'm looking for. Once we find the color that we're looking for here, we'll go back to Nicholas's shop because he has two very cool, not just one, but two very cool Lamborghinis in there, and I want to show you those cars too. And then once we come back to the studio, I'll show you the special part never seen before on an Aprilia that's going to go on this beautiful RSV4, because we got to get our move on since 650 is going to be in town soon to pick up his beautiful Ultra Dark RSV4. Armand, come take a look. Actually, this one's a little too dark, I think, right? Well, this is the color that we're looking for, guys. But we're at Nicholas's shop. Take a look at these things. These Lambos are what I want to show you guys. They are the Sterato Huracans, or Huracan Sterato to be exact. And they are off-road Lamborghinis. It seems to be a trend now to make the cars in off-road mode. I think Porsche has the 911 Dakar, and they have these things, and it's rare to see one, but to see two together, I don't know if you guys like it or not. Comment below, please. But which one would you take? The military green or the gloss gray that's right here? And this color over here has nothing to do with these, except Nicholas will get us this beautiful wrap. And let me just quickly go and grab what we're going to wrap with this color and show you guys what it is, because this is very exciting. Well, we don't talk about gear a lot, but I want to give you guys an update. So this is the helmet. This is the XT5. It is a Ducati branded one, but you could get any RI XT5 helmet as well with different color schemes. And I wanted to do an update because I did mention to you guys that once I ride with this, I'll give you an update. And when I picked it up from Ducati Miami, Omar said this will be the nicest helmet that I've ridden with. And those are some big words. And I am now a believer because this helmet is so quiet. We usually ride with such racing helmets and they're compromised for the wind noise. This thing is so comfortable, it's so quiet, and this little wing that it has on the top, I don't know what to call it, you know, the brim, the top piece. My brother was even asking, is it not going to push your head back like this at speed? And it really doesn't. And what it does really good is that it actually blocks the sun, so that you have to ride with a tinted visor at all times, because if you ride during the day and the nighttime comes, you have to always have your visor on you, and you got to switch to a clear visor, because if you've ever ridden with a tinted visor, you know how unsafe it is at night because it makes everything even darker. So that's the little update with the XT5 helmet. I know we don't do a lot of videos, or we don't do any videos at all in terms of gear, but if you're looking for a helmet and if you ride a supermoto type of bike or even an adventure bike, those helmets are amazing. But before I hold you off anymore, I'm going to show you what's in this box, because if you had guessed it that we're fiddling around with that RS34 right there, that's going to get some brand new wheels, and these are brand new set of wheels by BSC that's in here. I'm excited to show it to you guys. I haven't seen them in person yet, but this is the first set that has arrived in the country, and then obviously this will be featured on one of our full-length build videos. Holy cow, take a look at this. Guys, this is a brand new BSC StarTech wheel. These are the newest evolution of carbon wheels by BSC. And if you have been following, the new Panigale V4 is no longer a single-sided string arm. So their wheels are actually going to be something based off the StarTech design. Obviously, Ducati's carbon wheels always have some sort of a design element to it, but these look really cool. We'll definitely weigh them when we are swapping out the wheels on the Aprilia. Let me take these foamies out because they don't do justice, but I think this looks really cool. Let's pull that rear wheel off so we take a look at it too, because this is such a cool wheel because the design is, it looks like well, it is a 5-spoke design, but it has that throwing star look, which I love. And it's got a new, I guess, a new spin to a 5-spoke wheel, because who doesn't like wheels? You could always make it match or suit a bike, and I think it's going to match that Aprilia really well. Here, let's put this aside. Let me pull that rear wheel off because I have yet to see it. Wow, look at this thing. This is impressive. What's catching my eye is that look at this hub. Now the hub and the push drive is all one piece. Before, this piece was another piece that was added into here in terms of aluminum piece, but now this whole piece over here, if you can see right here, take a look at this. This whole block of things are aluminum, and the only thing that's bolted on is your little carrier for the rear rotor. And take a look at this. Look at how cool this looks. I mean, to me, this looks amazing. And what we're thinking of doing is, that ultra dark RS34 has such a gold element. It would be a shame just to throw carbon wheels on it and painting carbon wheels. They do look cool, but they don't always come out as we wanted. In this case, I think we could experiment with a little bit of vinyl, and we found the perfect vinyl that matches those wheels. That's what I was doing with those swatches. And what we'll do is we'll go ahead, and I think we're gonna do the outlines here and maybe some of the back of the spokes in the gold color to match it. And I really would like to maybe see if I could run a wheel tape around here, so that gold color around this, just to see if it could give it some gold. But even from the way that I handle this, you could see how light this is. And as I mentioned, you could be sure that I will definitely be giving you guys an update and weighing these before we even put them on the bike. I mean, this is the type of content that's on our vlog, guys. And I also want to mention that this is the last vlog before I will be at EICMA in Italy. That's the biggest motorcycle show in the world, where there is aftermarket and also the builders, so the companies, the big motorcycle companies are there as well. This year we're expecting BMW to be there because they have been absent for a very long time. And the rumor says that there's going to be a brand new M1000RR coming out. As far as I know, it has some aero changes, and the rear swing arm is going to be completely different from what I've heard from very credible sources. And if you guys have seen our latest YouTube video of a leak, which actually is a leak. Some of you guys are non-believers because we said the image is AI generated, but the 2025 Panigale V2 is on that video. So if you haven't seen it, go check it out. You can be sure that I will be vlogging from EICMA to show you guys the newest and the greatest, and to show some stuff up close and personal, because there's going to be a lot of new stuff there. I could tell you guys that there's going to be a new X Diavolo, there's going to be a new 450 motocross Ducati bike, which I talked about on our Panigale V2 leak video as well, and there's going to be a lot more. So if you're not tuned in to this channel because of Ducati content, I will be showing a lot more other bikes there as well. And I think there's going to be a new 2025 Tuono V4 or even an RS-V4 that's going to be released, because there's some leak pictures of the test mules of those bikes. But I think this is pretty much it for this episode of the vlog, guys. I really appreciate all you guys who watch these videos, and I would really like if you guys hit that subscribe button if you guys aren't already subscribed. It really helps with the algorithm of YouTube, and I could already see it from our statistics that most of you guys watching are not subscribed. So if you could take that little second to hit that subscribe button, I'd really appreciate it. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. Until next time, guys, have a good one.